All right, greetings everybody. It is me. The TGS live stream is over, and I'm just gonna save you a hell of a lot of time. There was nothing. There was absolutely nothing to talk about. You know how sometimes it's like, hey, there was a little bit of news, and so on and so forth, and this, that, and the other thing, and excuses and whatnot. Yeah, this time it was actively nothing, and that's kind of incredible. And I can't say that I'm really too terribly surprised. I mean, as a YouTuber who covers these live streams for games, like back in the days, I did it for Brave Exvius, now I do it for Wotv kind of thing. And yeah, I miss stuff and I make mistakes sometimes, but I try and do better always. And when you're advertising for these kind of things, you're not supposed to be like, well, I expect nothing. But it wouldn't be surprising given the track record of what TGS streams are. So JP is having something new next week on the 22nd and is having an update of some kind, but we have no clue what it is. And this is kind of, I mean, like, if I partially watched the Brave Exvius part of the live stream before because I figured, I don't know, maybe there would be some kind of example of what to expect. And after Brave Exvius was done, they had shown some stuff off. So I figured, you know what? Probably going to be the case. And other than the trailer, which was also released yesterday, effectively most of the live stream was this. And actually, we can even do one better. We can just go playback speed 2. Like, wait, have they introduced? No, it's just 2. So yeah. Taking a look at what they showed off, they basically showed off recaps of what the game is, how to play the game, and what is currently going on the JP side. This might have been the most interesting graphic, I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of shows a little bit more of the continent that we are on and where things are located. You could also see that a bit from the new trailer and whatnot, but still, some people might be interested in this kind of thing, but this probably was your most major thing from the live stream. There was a lot of chatting about old stuff. There was showing off the fact that Ypou is a current banner, and another story 2 is going on, and that was essentially it. The only other thing is, and this is the thing that I'm making a video about, first of all, how not to advertise your gacha game. Gacha games are kind of just automatically expected to be, you know, certain rates and everything like that, and certain expectations of what you will potentially get, right? Well, this was kind of a game thing. Effectively, they have a dummy account with 100,000 lapis. That's more than most people will ever see on their accounts. At any like single point in time. As a matter of fact, I think most people will never see that number appear in their lapis counter. But anyway, what they did was they effectively did 4 multiples, trying to see how many URs they would get. And boy, isn't a brown book just so appropriate for, you know, showing off what the polls can be like sometimes. I just have to say that this is a really funny way to advertise your game, because effectively the TGS game streams are a lot of the times really showing off the game to new players, because current players don't need a recap of what the game is at all. It's incredibly stupid to think that they would. But like new prospective players, I mean, showing this and being like, this is a real risk-reward style thing if this is not effectively pre-set up. Because imagine if this had been 4 brown books in a row with a lot of off-banner rainbows. I mean, you gotta have some stones or just be incredibly foolish to show off your game in this way, just based on the RNG. But I mean, I guess it ended up working out for them because they actually did get rainbows, which does mean that JP players are in store for a whole 3 UR orbs and 3 rainbow rocks. I mean, bless their hearts. I mean, Global ended up getting a bundle for 2k lapis with 100 UR orbs, but I guess, you know, JP players need to just be thankful for For what we get. As we stare into the void. It's pretty funny just seeing this kind of thing happen, this kind of being the outcome. It's kind of it's just a little bit funny. Other than that, they did talk about the new art book. I do believe that this is a new art book. They didn't show anything of it. They do not have an actual copy of it, so they do have this wonderful mock-up of the art book that you will be able to spend 4,000 or 5,000 yen on to potentially get, so that is always a possibility too. And other than that, this left us with about 3 minutes left of the actual scheduled time, to which they basically just talked about what we already know. 3rd anniversary is coming up. They have lots of stuff planned for us, kind of thing. They have new features and all of this and blah, 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 blah. Basically doubling down on the fact that there's going to be a Halloween event, which is, you know, nice to know and everything like that. But overall, the live stream was entirely wasted hour of potentially anything. I'm not expecting them to show us an entire month's worth of content, but it would have been kind of cool to see more infographics about what would be potentially coming in the future as opposed to what is just now, as some of that stuff just doesn't really hold too terribly much content or meaning for most people. And it would have kind of been good for maybe a collaboration tease, some kind of announcement, but doesn't seem like it. So yeah. If you missed it, you missed essentially nothing, but now I'll show you something far more interesting. The poll that I did for my stream viewers who came to the YouTube stream, or to the Twitch stream, and watched with me this hour of our lives slip away. And this is, I feel like this poll is better than the entire live stream. Not to make anybody jealous, just to comparatively say that I did better in a single poll. They should have used my polls, blah, blah, blah. But hey, an Ayaka and a vision card, nothing too terribly much to write home about, but I'll take a brand new Ibarra vision card. Thank you much. So yeah, that's it. That's going to be all for TGS. Next week, I think early on, probably Tuesday or so, as I think, not 100% sure, but I do think that the next update will be roughly around the 22nd, so approximately 2 days Tuesday, but news for next week could end up being delayed by the typhoon that is expected to hit Japan dead on. So please keep that in mind, and of course, hope that everybody, both making the game and playing the game, and everyone else stays safe in Japan for that one. And last thing to say is that next week I will be streaming some more Splatoon 3. There were problems last night streaming it, but I will be having that fixed and ready to go for the following week. And as for other things, Dio Field Chronicle is coming out next week, and I'll be doing another video about that, about being hyped and excited for that. So please look forward to that as well. I hope that more people will end up buying that game and playing along with me. So anyway, that's all for this video. Thank you so much. Have a good one. If I did miss anything just in the last 3 minutes where they effectively rambled a whole bunch about comments and tried to fit in a bunch of information that they just didn't have time to focus on in the live stream, then I'll explain that later. But anyway, have a great weekend and see you later.